All right, guys. Today I've got a story called The Mitten. It's a Ukrainian folktale adapted and illustrated by Jan Brett. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother, Baba, did not want to knit white mittens. "If you drop one in the snow," she warned, "you'll never find it." But Nicky wanted snow-white mittens, and finally Baba made them. After she finished, she said, "When you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound. But then I will look to see if you have your snow-white mittens." So Nicky went off, and it wasn't long until one of his brand new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. See it right there? A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. See the mole going into the mitten there? Got a nice little bunny. We've got Nicky over here with his one mitten. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. So look at that. Wow. Next, a hedgehog came shuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered in prickles, they made room. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by all the commotion, swooped down. Then he decided to move in also. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Talons are right there. Sharp claws on owls are called talons. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. Said, "Come on in. Look at those claws that he has. That mitten's getting stretched out for sure." It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A raft of warm steam rose up the air, and a fox, trotting by, stopped to investigate. Just the sight of a cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in, and the mole and the rabbit and the hedgehog, the owl and the badger saw his shiny teeth, and they gave the fox lots of room. Fox is going in. A great bear lumbered by, and he spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in tight as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched and pulled and bulged and to many times its size, but Baba's good knitting held fast. And the bear, this beautiful art. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wiggled into one space left that made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Look at that little mouse. And look, Nicky is seeing that he only has one mitten. The bear tickled the mouse's whiskers and gave an enormous sneeze. Ah, ah, achoo! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered all the animals in all the directions. We've got Nicky looking. Nicky's trying to find his glove. Or his mitten. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. As he ran to catch his snow-white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. And then if you look, one mitten is much larger than the other one. Well, that was the mitten. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day.